Have them collect all the weapons. We still may need them.
Moses! Moses!
Everyone is celebrating.
So what now?
I don't know.
Where do we go?
Well, we need water. We'll find a spring somewhere.
But after that,
We'll find another, and then a way to feed them once the bread runs out.
What happens to us now? Now we are free.
We stay together, and then we wait for God to tell us when to go to the land He's promised us. What are you doing?
I'm going to find grazing, water, and food for my family.
By yourself?
Why not?
No. We stay together.
Because you say so?
Because God has a plan for us. There behind you lies Egypt. So there's no going back that way. So it has to be the desert. We have bread for many days, but water for only a few. We've no tents. No means of sheltering against the cold of the night. None of you know how to live in the desert. Most of you are scared of it. I was too when I first came here. But I learned to live in it, and so will you.
Abraham was a nomad. So were Isaac and Jacob. The desert's in our blood.
We should be at home here if anyone is.
So these newly freed slaves set out on one of mankind's epic journeys, led by a man who many of them believed wasn't even truly one of them, each step taking them further into the unknown.
Put it down. You'd make him give up his life for yours.
It's you who's risking his life, risking all our lives.
What should we do? Go back to Egypt? Beg to be slaves again?
By day we scorch to death, by night we freeze. How many of us will be left by the time you know where you're leading us?
Nobody has to burn or freeze, but they have to work. Slaves have always their masters to rely upon. They'll bow their backs as long as their owner gives them a few rags to put on it, tosses them scraps of food, tells them what to do.
I don't want to be a slave again.
Then start acting like a free man. Take care of yourself, and don't take what doesn't belong to you.
Not yet.
They're right to question me. I brought them here, but I don't know where to go next. Can't you tell me?
Have it your way. Make me work it out for myself. Maybe you're having doubts about having chosen me. I'm not clever enough, or brave enough, or strong enough. If that's it, it's fine by me. I never asked to lead them. I am who I am. What does that mean? Why give me a riddle to solve? What is it that you're trying to get me to see?
Your brother is a remarkable man. As remarkable as you.
God speaks to him. And he speaks to God.
I'm talking about your other brother.
This man Moses walks in from the desert and says God has chosen him and Aaron follows blindly, without any question, just as you do.
Such love and devotion, such putting oneself aside for somebody else. It's rare, even between brothers and sisters.
Don't you believe he talks to God?
I believe he believes that.
And that God speaks to him?
He believes that too. But even you have to take his word for it.
It's not just his word. We've seen God working through him.
Wasn't Aaron at his side? Didn't you lead the people into the sea?
God spoke to him. Not to me. Not to Aaron.
Perhaps he's trying to do that. It's just that you won't listen because Moses has convinced you, as he's convinced us all, that he's the one.
But he is the one. We all know that. Don't we?
We know that he tells us he is.
A knife may be quicker, but poison is more certain, and the best poison of all is jealousy.
This is unbearable. We're going to perish here. All this way and for what?
It's not fit to drink.
Poison.
Why have you done this to us? You told us there was water here. We need water and food. If we were going to die of hunger and thirst, we could have done it back in Egypt.
You nearly did, remember? And you prayed to God to save you, and he answered your prayers and brought you here.
To die anyway?
Do you think that's what he wants?
I don't know. I just know that my children are sicker now than they were in Egypt. At least there they had water to drink.
They have water here.
It's poison!
Moses knows the desert, and he'll take us to sweet water.
To the next spring? And how far away is that? Days? Weeks? How can we last that long?
You'll drink this water.
How? It's good! Forgive me.
Don't ask Moses for forgiveness. Ask God. When you doubt Moses, you doubt him. Isn't that right, sister?
Yes.
Over here!
Over there.
It's Sycamores Fell.
Moses. Over here.
Who would do such a terrible thing?
Amalekites. Every spring, every date tree, every dried up riverbed has been fought over since the beginning of time. And we are going to have to fight for whatever piece of it God wants us to have.
Why would someone do that? Leave the tribe, strike out on their own.
Maybe he didn't trust where he was being led to. Or who was leading.
It isn't only danger from outside you have to fear. You have enemies here too. But I'll look out for you.
I have Aaron.
Maybe. But brothers have been known to fall out, haven't they?
Don't worry. God will provide. Won't you?
As you need every day. No more and no less. Didn't I just tell you he'll send you as much as you need every day? If you store it, it means you have no faith in him keeping his word. Believe in him. That's all you have to do. If you do that, then he will take care of you. And we won't ever go hungry again. Or thirsty. Maybe they will believe in you now. I'm not so sure. In a few days, they'll be complaining that they have to bend to pick it up.
There's something I have to show you. Come. Amalekites. This can't go on. We must protect our people.
I didn't train as a soldier. Nor did Aaron. But we have to learn how to fight. All of us.
Pick up your sword.
No.
Pick it up.
No. When God parted the seas for us, he did it because we believed in him. He sent food and water to us when we were thirsty and starving. If we choose to fight, he'll think we've lost that faith.
What's your name?
Joshua.
God won't fight all our battles for us, Joshua. Wish he would. It's so much easier if he did. But this time we have to do it ourselves.
And that means everyone. When the time comes, God will help us. To stop him doing that is an insult to him.
There was a man whose house was threatened by a flood. When his neighbor left, he said he should come with them. No, he said, I'm waiting for God's help. The water kept rising. A man on a camel called to him. Jump on, he said, save yourself. No, I'm waiting for God's help. The water rose.